Today I want to talk about this origin message about the 15-year-old Israeli boy uh, who had a near-death experience and then came back to tell this amazing story of what happened there and what will happen in the near future. Now, a lot of Christians might be alarmed by this video because of its Jewish nature. But I'd like to tell you I'm a Christian, and I believe that this message is from God to forewarn of what's going to happen, because He tells His servants what He'll do in advance. And a lot of people might be skeptical. Maybe this is a devil's trick, but I don't believe devil can pull a trick of this magnitude. And Satan might be given authority on death, but Satan cannot create, and he cannot bring anybody from death. So I believe this message is from God, and I'm going to tell you what to do about it. Now the basic, you can search this video on your own. You can type in 15-year-old boy near-death experience and you will see all the videos, and then you can watch them on your own. But I'm gonna recap the video for you and explain the video from the Christian perspective, and later tell you what to do about it. Now the basic, the nutshell of the video is that he started feeling ill, and then he was clinically dead and went to heaven, and he was shown this vision about the future events, and then after 15 minutes he came back and started to tell his stories, and I find it really amazing. What I find really amazing is that he's a secular boy, raised in secular family, so much so that when the rabbi interviewing this boy decided to upload the video to YouTube, the parents threatened to sue, and apparently this Jewish boy had no religious background and he had no knowledge about the Bible and the prophecies, and what it says is something that a lot of Christians are not even aware of, and what the prophetic scholars would have had to study for a lot of years to realize. And the things he said lines up with what I've been telling my family and my close friends, and it lines up with all I've been saying all these years. So basically what he's saying is the World War III has started already, and at first the armies of the countries will fight each other, but they will come together to attack Israel. And Gog will lead that army, and Gog and his army will attack Israel. And then he saw Gog, and the Gog is none other than President Obama. Um, not a lot of Christian scholars would have thought that Obama would be Gog. They mostly think that it would be Putin or somebody from Turkey, but anyways, he saw Gog as Obama, and the Gog and his armies and all the armies of the nations will attack Israel. And at first the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, will hold out for two days, and the IDF will be destroyed, and the armies will trample Israel and all its cities and kill many people, millions of Jews. And at that time he saw the Mount Olive will split in two, and at the entrance he saw Messiah will be revealed. Now he believes that is the Messiah, and he was shown as that Messiah is a true Messiah. But I believe that he is the Antichrist. Maybe this might be new to a lot of Christians, but all these years I've known that Bible is written so that God's plans can be achieved. And one of the God's plans is to bring about the Great Tribulation. And the Bible is written such way that many people will be fooled into believing that the Antichrist is the Messiah. And the boy's vision, what he saw, lines up with that whole design of the end time of God. And what the boy saw is actually on Zechariah chapter 14. It says, "Then the Lord will go forth and fight against those nations." Chapter 14, verse 3, and then verse 4, "And in that day his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which faces Jerusalem on the east. The Mount of Olives shall be split in two, making a very large valley. Half of the mountain shall move toward the north, and half of it toward the south. Then you shall flee through my mountain valley." And what the boy saw is that Messiah will be revealed, and then Jewish people have to flee to that valley. And then Messiah will tell which ones to pass through the valley to be saved from the war, and which not. But all this year I believe that the Messiah revealed at that time would be Antichrist. And the Jewish at that time will accept whoever person standing on that valley as a Messiah. But what I believe would happen is that actually in this material world, a person will stand there acting like a Messiah, but in the spiritual world, the real Messiah, Jesus, will be standing there, not visible to the world, but he will actually decide who will go into the valley. So the Bible is not telling a lie, but it's set up so that the Jewish people will accept the Messiah as the Messiah, but he's the Antichrist. And now, to continue the story, and then this Messiah will go to fight with Obama and kill him and destroy his army. He will give Obama a burial place in Israel. And this whole thing is in Ezekiel 39. It says, Ezekiel 39, you can go read and read. It says, I will give Gog and his army burial place in Israel. And that's what the boy saw. This secular boy, who had no knowledge of prophecy, is saying things that are in the Bible. And he will destroy them. And I wondered watching the video how the Messiah, one person, can defeat this Obama and his whole army of the nations. And what he said on his visions explains it. He said Iran will launch 2 atomic bombs at Israel, but God will freeze them in the midair. And then later on, he's gonna let them fall in Israel. And maybe, I think that's how Obama and his armies will be destroyed. And if you read Zechariah, the description of the destruction of the army is something like tongues being melted and your eyes being melting, your flesh melting. And those are like the description of the effect of an atomic bombs. And you can go read Zechariah chapter 14. And then now this war, I think this war is not the Ezekiel 38 war, but the Daniel 9 war. Daniel 9, it says, the people of the prince who is come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. The city is Jerusalem, and the sanctuary, I think it refers to the Jerusalem temple, but it's not there right now. But maybe this is how it will unfold. That event that triggers this explosion of war will be there is a destruction of the Dome of the Rock. A lot of people believe that it stands where the Jewish temple is supposed to stand. But now there's a Dome of the Rock stands there. But maybe it will be destroyed, and then they will give Obama his reason to attack when the destruction of Dome of the Rock happens. While Obama prepares his army to attack, Jewish temple will be rebuilt, and then Obama goes there to destroy the sanctuary, which is Jewish temple. And then the Antichrist will destroy the Obama and army, and he will confirm the 7-year agreement, and then at the half he will start the Great Tribulation. And in his vision, the boy describes a light coming down from the sky, and that's how the people will be saved. And although he doesn't believe Jesus, what he described is none other than Jesus returning to judge the world. And at that time, rapture will take place. And that's one of the reasons why this revelation is true. That although boy doesn't understand and talks about it, and he doesn't believe in Jesus, and yet he talks about Jesus and his return. So that was the basic recap of the 15-year-old Israeli boy, his near-death experience from the Christian perspective. And if that vision is true, message from God, then within this year, either the war will happen, or Obama will suspend the 2016 presidential election and stay in power, possibly through issuing of state of emergency. And the Antichrist will be revealed in the near future. And after that, we will have precious little time until the Great Tribulation. And one of the things I find interesting is that while some videos are coming up to explain about the video about the 15-year-old boy, but there's virtually none about what to do about it. And I believe it's because in part a lot of Christians believe that we will be taken away in a rapture before the Great Tribulation. And I believe that's how a lot of Christians will go into the Great Tribulation, because I think while all those things going on in the first half of the 7-year agreement, like Jewish temple being built, and the Antichrist revealed, and through all that, Christians will just fervently wait for Jesus to return and do nothing to prepare about the coming Great Tribulation. And when the Great Tribulation comes, they're not prepared. You can't just run away from the Great Tribulation when you're not prepared. You can run away to nowhere. Like, if somebody talks about running away, like people right away label you as a heresy. But I think that sentiment has been placed by the devil. And that's why a lot of Christians have negative perception about running away. But Jesus said, when you see abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, those in the city have to go out without even looking back. And that's what you have to do before Great Tribulation comes. But I'm going to post other videos on what to do about it. And in the meantime, you can subscribe. And I wish you blessings from the Lord, so that He can guide you for the days coming ahead.